you with me? Are you with me? I wanna dance by water beneath the Mexican sky. Drink some margaritas by swinging blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me? Margaritas by swinging blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me? I wanna dance by water beneath the Mexican sky. Drink some margaritas by swinging blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me?
My face above the water, my feet can't touch the ground, and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. I'm slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. I'm slowly drifting, and it feels like I'm drowning, pulling against the stream. Against the wave, wave after wave, wave after wave, I'm slowly drifting. My face above the water, my feet can't touch the ground, and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. I'm slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. I'm slowly drifting away, and it feels like I'm drowning, pulling against the stream, pulling against the.
I unmuted. Everybody should be able to hear me. How's everybody doing? We're going to react to the Daytona 500 today. Should have done it Sunday night, but Mother Nature said no. Should have done it Monday night, and Mother Nature said no again because, hey, let's do a doubleheader and let's have the Xfinity race for dessert. What's up, Impact? Yeah, I know, I just saw that. Stewart Haas Racing. They love to get caught for cheating. Thanks, NASCAR Racers, for letting me know it sounds good. But yeah, we're gonna jump into this thing. We're gonna go and head over to the Dogleg Garage Discord server and talk to the community, have a little bit of fun, give our honest thoughts about the Daytona 500. Everybody in chat, you guys do the exact same thing. But yeah, let's have some fun on this Friday night and get ready for an exciting Atlanta race weekend. Let me mute that. Let me go over here. And let's see if this works.
True, that's definitely
Like,
true.
I'm running my line.
Well, if you
I'm
let
running the best
somebody
line I
in
can.
a
I'll make it
motorsport,
focus
Alright,
on
y'all.
my exits rather than my
Can you guys
entries.
hear me?
Hi,
My entries are
Dogleg.
terrible. My exits are good.
Alright.
Oh, he's here.
All right,
hey,
Yeah, we're
we're
out.
going.
in here. Sweet.
We are going.
What's
What's up, Robbie Powell from Richmond, Virginia? Hope you're doing well. Alright, so and I think we got everybody in here. Nobody's waiting in the audience. So
All right.
let's kick this thing off. And we kind of can, since we're doing this later and most everybody's already filled out the form, and if you haven't, go to Race Reaction News to get that. But
You might want to post that in the you might want to pin that in your live stream.
yeah, I'll do that. But why don't you guys just go ahead and kick it off with just your honest reaction about the race? What did you guys think about it?
I really
It was
like it.
bad. It was okay. Bad at the
I mean-
beginning, good at the end.
Not
I
really
mean,
that bad.
it was. I honestly agree with Tech on that one. It was a bit dull to start with everyone fuel saving to hell, but then it was great during the middle section, 3 wide racing. They've definitely improved the super speed package a lot since we've started. But
They
then
have. I
after the
agree.
massive wreck at the end, it was, I don't know, just caution ending races, especially the Daytona 500, just leave a sour taste in my mouth.
It was definitely the best super speedway racing we've seen in the next gen era. However,
What
yeah,
about the? No, I don't agree with
the
that.
controversy surrounding the caution, I felt like they threw the caution way too late. I felt like they should have done it the moment
Well,
Ross won. So yeah,
I can agree with
Well-
that actually. I think I agree with that.
They
And
threw it
what's
too
up,
late.
Columbia
Wait,
Ball?
and too.
I mean,
Yeah, we could have easily had the caution thrown before Byron hit the
Oh,
checker.
when 2 cars are spinning on the grass, let's say
Well,
Austin
the thing
Cindric
is
and Ross.
this.
Hold on, let's say Austin Cindric and Ross didn't come up. If they never came up, why throw the caution?
Because they always come up. The way they were going, they were
Well, we
coming
don't know
up.
that.
Oh, you do know that.
We don't
Come
know
on.
there was coming up.
Anybody that watches
Did John
NASCAR
Hunter,
know.
did John Hunter Nemechek come up after the wreck? Oh yeah, he did. Never mind.
Yeah, he did, and he took out Jimmy Johnson. Trust
Well,
me, I
true,
remember.
but
It's a
then again,
tragedy.
you gotta wait because NASCAR officiating is like that. It sucks, but
wait,
that's what
but
you
like
get.
we had no clue if Austin Cindric and Ross coming back would hit somebody. We saw when John Hunter Nemechek
They were at the
Actually,
front of the
they did.
pack. They were at the front of the pack. What do you
when
mean?
when John
Austin came
Hunter
up.
Nemechek wrecked in the Xfinity race, only Balicki got involved because Dawson Cram forgot about the brakes. That could have happened. We could have missed. In fact,
They were at
they
the
were
back of the
racing- nah.
pack, Tech. They were at the back of the pack in that instance.
Yeah,
Tech, here's the thing.
No, they were
Cindric
in the
did come to the track and hit a couple of cars, so the
yeah,
caution
I know,
was
and that was funny
necessary.
because that ruined my fantasy lineup bad as well.
Well, that sucks for you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, I
Hi.
think they threw the caution perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, I think here's the
Thanks.
thing. At the end of the day, I don't think they did anything wrong. I think just us as NASCAR fans would have loved to seen the green-white checkered in that situation. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
yeah.
I think that's what we
Wouldn't say that after 3
want
green
that.
white checkers in a row.
Yeah. Well, still, so be it. And either way, the majority of the race was pretty good, and I hope to see even better racing in Atlanta, which if last time we were here showed anything, I think we will.
yeah, I think
Pretty
we
good
will
racing
too.
or half a pack left. It's going to be one of the two.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's
Atlanta-
not
I'm just
cold.
tired.
Nature stays out of the
I
way.
was saying
I'm
this,
just
Atlanta
tired
does seem
of
to be a
fuel
lot more
saving, my
common
guy.
when it comes to
Last year
big
for
wrecks. It's more like
July,
intermediate style
That
wrecks.
rain shortened, so
I'm just
Well, no.
tired of fuel saving, my guy. Why we gotta fuel save? Why can't we just go race, my guy? Like we saw when we went 3 wide on the final couple of laps
but-
on the stages, and the final couple of laps of the race, we saw
me-
3 wide. Why can't they be that the entire
All right,
race?
Tech,
my
I've got
guy?
a
Like,
question for you. And it's a genuine question. How do you police that?
Yeah. How do you police that? No, you can't.
You can't
lower-
police it.
Oh, no.
No,
I found
not really.
something. Okay, get rid of the 5th gear. Get a smaller fuel cells and smaller tires.
That's just
So-
going to cause
Like
more
that.
fuel saving.
Yeah.
No,
What
it
it,
ain't. No, it ain't. Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. More, get rid of the fifth gear. That's more RPM. That's more power. That's more gas being wasted. For a fuel cell, I mean, if you saving, bro, what you saving, bro? That's a small fuel cell, bro. Everybody's just gonna run around and pass you already. With the
Oh
small fuel
yes,
cell
Tech.
you're
Here's
saving
the
like
thing.
less than a second.
That's not gonna stop fuel saving. That's just gonna move
Okay, then
the
why
point
did
where
they
people
do
are
that
gonna
back in
start fuel
01,
saving.
01 to 06? They made the fuel cell smaller and no one saved. No one saved. Because I'll tell you what, because in 2001, people were saving and couldn't pass.
Tech really wants the combine from cars to be at the back of the field, just eating up any car that remains.
Hey, if
Oh.
that stops fuel saving, because there is
Oh
no
yeah.
way you head and buy a ticket to Talladega or Daytona and the cars are going 175 miles an hour. That is a disgrace to Talladega and Daytona.
Well, yes, but here's the thing.
It's
Tech.
that fast.
I'm
Hold
just,
on.
I'm just
Are
gonna
we
make my
on?
opinion on the situation known. Hip. I don't really think NASCAR needs to do anything because, as we saw at the end, yes, the drivers are trying to fuel save, but then it's a self-solving issue.
Yeah,
We
that's
saw
true.
it with
That's
Bell,
true.
Blaney, those guys.
We saw
They
that.
knew they
Yeah,
weren't going to
that's
make
true.
it,
That's
so
true.
they floored it, and then
We
no
saw
one
that. We
was
saw
fuel
that.
saving anymore.
Okay, but tell me
It's a
this: would
self-policing
you rather
issue.
see stage one? Would you rather see stage one or stage three all the way? What would you see? Would you watch stage three the entire 3 hours, or would you watch stage one the entire 3 hours? Tell me which one would you see?
Stage 3, obviously.
Obviously,
stage
stage
three,
3, but
why?
again,
What kind of
this is an
reason?
It's
exceptional
just-
circumstance.
It's an unrealistic expectation. Just realistically, I mean,
Look,
I think
here's the
it's a
thing.
realistic expectation. I can speak that we shouldn't be fuel saving like weird people, like we're racing in F1 or GT. Fuel saving? That ain't NASCAR.
we've done
Look,
fuel.
Dang,
There's
Tech.
been fuel strategy for as long as I can remember in NASCAR. Just
Yeah, but that's
because
saving it on the last couple laps. That's trying to get all you can get. That's still pushing it. We ain't pushing
I
it.
agree,
We're
man.
wasting it.
Heck, fuel saving has been a part of NASCAR for decades.
Okay, yeah, that's
We've
true.
seen it
That's
with
true.
Dillon in
Austin Dillon
2017 with
saves
his Coke
fuel
600
at
win.
Charlotte. And people save fuel at multiple tracks, but it's because they're pushing it. They're pushing their car to the limit. How much can they save in such a short time? But what are they doing at Daytona? They're saying how much can
Part
we
of the
save
legend
before
of
we have to
Smokey
pit?
Unic is literally him bending around fuel rules, Tech. You really think
That's true.
nobody's going to
Because
try
guess
and
what?
beat
He's
these
bending the
rules we're trying to
limit.
implement?
He ain't
and
following a
they
slow pack.
but here's the thing
Heck,
too,
he's
Tech.
fighting his own point.
They do it at super speedways all the time. They fuel save at super
Yeah,
speedways
that's
all
true.
the
That's
time.
true. They do it at super speedways all the time. They save fuel. They go in a straight line, and that's boring. I will agree. That's boring. But see, with the other cars, you can push and do it while saving. People run side by side, 3 wide, 4 wide, still racing.
All right,
Meanwhile, we're here like 2 wide.
we're gonna move on from this topic and get into
I'm just gonna
driver.
s-
Yep.
I'll talk later in the chat more. I'll talk about this on the chat later.
You don't need to
Can
say
I just
anything in the chat, man.
Can I just say this before we go, Matt?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, fuel saving strategy, it's not exactly fun racing. But the thing is, you can't realistically ask these teams to constantly go 3 and 4 wide racing. That leads to wrecks, and teams don't want to have to deal with that, especially not early in the race. And plus, if
When
you have
we have
everyone
4
crash
green white
early,
checkers, that ain't helping nothing.
well, yes, but if you have everyone crash early, that makes it even worse overall. I'd rather see a lot less action earlier if I means I can get a lot more action at the end. I'll take that compromise. But I understand, Tech, your point. And I believe NASCAR and the teams are looking into that. And I believe that going forward, we won't have nearly as much of that. The teams, NASCAR, and the drivers simply won't do it. They saw how boring it was. Anyways, now we can move on to the ratings. And let's start with the winner of the race, William Byron.
And I'm gonna give a very rare non-10 to Byron for winning the race. I'm gonna give him a 9.
I mean,
Is that due to his role in the wreck 10 laps ago?
Yeah, and that's exactly why. I mean, that whole Bowman and Byron thing that started off that terrible crash at the end is just left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, he's the rightful winner. I'm not taking anything away from that, but I'm going to give him a 9.
I still gave him a 10.
I still give him a 10 because, I mean, yes, he was involved in a wreck, but come on, it's super speedway racing. You're gonna have wrecks. Yes, as he kind of instigated it, so was Bowman. And plus, it's not like Byron was undeserving at all. He led the races. He was up front all day, actually. He had a bunch of stage points as well. So, overall, not an exciting winner per se, not a fun way to win, but a a non 10, that's no. 10 for me. 10 for me.
In the
Who got
game,
right reared into the wall on that?
Hold on, let aviation go.
Crash? Oh,
oh
sorry.
shoot, sorry. I was just wanting to say that I couldn't hear you for a bit, but then you unmuted yourself.
Who unmuted themselves?
Gamer. His
I
mic
just
had
have been silent because everybody else has been talking. But my
Oh, okay.
question is, who got right reared in that? Because
All right.
Byron
Any other
kinda
statements
came
on Byron?
down into Bowman. Bowman went into somebody, and I was curious on because I couldn't remember who got right
It was
reared.
Bowman went into
Keselowski.
Somebody that
Keselowski,
went
if I remember right.
straight across and head on into the wall.
Yeah, it was Kez. All right.
I'm
If
gonna be honest. I blame Keselowski for that wreck. If Keselowski wasn't blocking so aggressively, Bowman and Byron wouldn't have been off center.
well, I don't think Keselowski was blocking. I think he was trying to get around Ross. Ross was the one throwing super aggressive blocks.
Frankly,
Oh, yeah.
Ross was blocking hard because Lasky was just trying to find a way around him and just
Wait a minute,
one of those
Brad.
times. Well, it's not like we're saying. It's not necessarily Brad's fault per se. I think
I don't want to
honestly
hear
this
Brad
wreck
saying
wasn't
he
really
caused
anyone's
anything at
fault
this
per
time.
se.
Hold on, Tech. Don't talk over top of people. Got to keep it orderly.
Sorry,
I know we're getting excited.
bad,
I
my
get
bad.
it. I get it.
I ain't getting excited. I'm getting mad.
Anyways, as I was saying, I don't really think this wreck was anyone's fault per se. It's just a bunch of guys racing hard at the biggest race of their lives. Something was going to give eventually through no one's intention. This was
Yeah.
just a
Group
super speedway
effort.
wreck.
Yeah, super
Nothing more.
speedway racing.
Well, I guess we can move on to Alex Bowman, somebody that a lot of people thought actually won the race until they posted that aerial photo.
Oh,
Okay, Bowman.
Matt.
Nine.
Man, what did
Byron-
Bowman do this race?
With Byron, I
Bowman
should
not
probably
flop.
give him 9, but in reality, I give him 10. So, whoops there.
There you go.
I gave Bowman a 9, cause like in the stage, cause like I do the average finish to like decide it, and like overall he had like between the stages and the end, he had like an 8.0 average finish, and I thought it was pretty good. Plus his second place helps.
Yeah, that's a good reasoning. I gave him an 8. I mean, his second place is phenomenal. It probably could have been a 9, but I think he was probably the most to blame for that last caution. So
I did my.
The one that ended the race or the one that Byron was
Hold
involved with?
no, I'm talking about the one with Brad, the big one.
Okay.
I filled out my form a little bit ago. If I remember right, I gave everybody in the top 5 a 9 besides Byron.
I tried to submit mine, it just wouldn't let me.
Strange.
Did you make sure you had everything clicked? There, some of them hide. Some of them are hidden. It's weird. Or not hidden.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say that, but you can easily miss one. I've done it many a times.
So
probably
then,
like one more check after.
How do you go back through and check out what you put for your answers were?
Silly, but you don't.
Yeah, you don't. You just have to remember.
Or you can just
I think I gave Bowman an 8.
look. It doesn't really matter what you rated during the form.
Yeah, it's just
you can say what you if you remember. You can change your rating here unofficially. Yada yada.
Yeah, this is just a discussion.
Bowman a 7.
I'll just say this much. Realistically, once we factor everyone's results in, it's really not going to matter if you missed his by 1 or 2, if you forgot by 1 or 2 points. It's not going to matter in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't miss anything. It just wouldn't let me send it. I don't know why.
Weird. We'll get nice look into that later. Anyways,
Christopher Bell was
as for-
third, right?
Yeah.
Byron,
yes. Bowman, Bell.
I mean,
I just
Bell
realized the top 3 was
interesting.
B for Byron, B for Bowman, B for Bell.
Yeah, I gave him an 8. I mean, he had a great finish. He was quiet all day, but I mean, that's Christopher Bell for you. So
Yeah, I mean, he did try that really weird fuel strategy somewhere in the first stage, which didn't really work out very well. But at the end of the day, he kept his car clean. He finished well enough. Good for him.
Yep.
I reckon. I'm just gonna make a bet. Assuming Toyota really can keep getting good super speedway cars to this race, Christopher Bell will win one of these Daytona 500s eventually. He's just too good here.
Yeah.
He's kind of like modern day Kevin Harvick.
All right,
'Cause
let's
Harvick
move
was the guy
on.
that
Fourth place,
was-
Corey LaJoy is. I mean, I don't really know about Corey because he ran well all day, but he also was kind of responsible for that last caution at the end of the race.
Yeah.
Running top 25 as well all day.
In the stages, he finished 13th stage 1 and 11th in stage 2.
I
Still
gave
no
him
stage points.
I gave him an
Not
8 though. I mean that was a solid run for them. And I mean we kind of
Yeah, I
expected him
mean-
to do well, but top 5 is really good, especially in the Daytona 500 where if you
I
just
gave him a
finish you have a
7.
shot.
Especially with
Corey?
Spire equipment.
Well, but that doesn't really matter that much for the super speedway, honestly. But even still, he definitely did well. Well, granted, that last slightly stupid, weird. I don't know what happened at the last lap, but even still,
I
fifth
gave-
place,
ran
Bubba
up front, he just
Wallace.
got LaJoy ran
Oh,
front. for
actually, I'm
quite
sorry.
a
Do you want
bit
to say
of the
anything more
race.
on the Joy?
I was saying LaJoy ran up front for quite a bit. But he just unfortunately got
I'm sure that's a
shuffled back.
no. Anyways, Bubba Wallace, fifth.
I gave him a 9.
I think I
he
give
did-
him.
Yeah,
a
I agree with that one.
6.
Yeah, I gave him an 8.
I gave him a
Heard he
9.
got
I give him a
really,
9. He ran pretty stellar all day.
Yeah,
He ran a good race. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
Stage 1,
stage
8th,
points both.
stage 2, 7th.
Wait, didn't
Thompson
he get,
yeah.
wasn't he like really ticked off at someone after the race or something like that? Also, hello.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't recall him being mad at anybody
I
after the
don't
race.
think
but
so. I think he mildly scolded
think
Roger
that was
Crew
a
that they're his
crash.
race.
Oh yeah, the wreck.
Yeah, I
Oh yeah,
think I
no, that
remember
was about Caruth. No, that's about trucks. That was about Caruth.
Oh yeah. Man.
Mm.
Yeah,
Somebody was upset in trucks.
but yeah, overall in his cup race, Bubba Wallace, I honestly don't recall seeing him that much, but he was definitely a good pusher. He ran well. Overall, very solid race.
Mm-hmm.
Sixth, AJ Allmendinger. Another good run of super speedway for him.
yeah, that was kind of a surprising run. I gave him an 8 as well.
Yeah, I mean, he even finished
How
decently
did
well
it
on the
last
stage too.
I think
Sure.
I think I might have given him 8. I don't remember. I followed my predictions back on Monday.
I
Well, I
will
mean,
say
my-
this. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I followed my rankings back on Monday, so
Oh, you're fine.
Allmendinger's been
But-
known as a road course ringer, but he's started to become more and
Yeah,
more.
so
a lot
AJ,
better at
he's a good super
speedways.
speedway racer. Definitely did not have the fastest car, but I mean,
No, not
these
at
kind of
all.
performances show why he really deserves to be full time Cup driver. If it wasn't for the fact that he's kind of broke.
Right.
Yeah.
If you got no
And-
bands, you got no ride.
Oh yeah, but still, yeah, I reckon he'll be contending for the Xfinity Series championship.
Right.
again.
A chance he might
Yeah.
win the title.
And
in
now
Xfinity.
seventh, John Hunter Nemechek, first return to the 500 since 2020. Very good,
Hey,
honestly.
I gotta tell you something.
Yeah, 4
Today
years.
I did my 3 driver picks. I always do 3 driver picks to view mistakes, wrecks, and pit crew mistakes. I had 3 notes on Nemechek.
Oh boy.
He made a dumb move going to the outside
Oh.
with Brad Keselowski. I'm sorry, but like if you have no run, why are you going to the outside lane?
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
the
mean,
worst.
I will say this: the outside 2 lanes seem to be faster than the low. But yes,
Right.
I can understand that.
His pit crew was
I'm
one of
impressed.
the slowest ones I saw. I didn't see any positions gain on him.
I didn't see any
And
gain
finally, he wrecked Josh Berry. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. And
On pit
then
road.
Also.
Can you believe that?
Oh right, wasn't that a crowded pit road though?
That was a
That
very
was-
crowded pit road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the way I
I
see it
count
is
8
this.
cars not
box and
crowded, but
Nemechek was just there.
Well,
Half the
gave him a
pack came
5.
down that time.
was it half the pack? I don't remember. I'm mixing up cars, but I put him a 5.
there was a lot of them.
That was not a caution for the Barry spin, and
wasn't a caution, but-
I gave Nemechek a 9 because of how well he recovered from the lap 6 wreck.
Mhm.
And with that manufacturing change too from Chevy to Toyota, are they getting the? Okay, this is a silly question. I can't remember. Are they getting they're getting tech support from Gibbs or who?
Yeah, they're getting
Apparently
Yeah,
serious
Toyota.
it's through. Yeah, it's
Well,
through.
no,
Well, I think it's
actually,
just. I think it's just TRD.
Well, yeah, no,
Oh,
they're
okay.
getting it
TRD,
from
not
TRD.
Legacy.
2311 is getting it from JGR, but apparently Legacy is on their own, which
Yeah,
that
they're
either
on
will
their
go
own.
very well or very badly. We'll have to see.
Right,
But still,
right.
Like,
And
It
it's,
might
and it's
go
good to see
better
that.
for 'em.
And it's good to see that old number 42 back. Cause like last I remember, Lee Petty had that, and then I think. Well, I can't. All I remember was Lee Petty, and that was the one that sticks with me the most with the 42.
well,
Oh.
there was a lot of drivers in the 42 who were
Yeah.
notable.
Kyle Lawson.
Yeah,
Kyle
Kyle
Petty.
Lawson, Pablo Montoya.
Mic check, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, but yeah, I hear you, Zach. But yes, Gunnar Nemechek on respectable double first race back. No, I'm not counting the clash. Overall good. Right behind him in
Overall
eighth, Eric
good. He made
Jones, his
tons of
teammate.
mistakes.
Yep.
10. Eric Jones 10.
Yep, Eric.
I don't know if I would go 10. I understand the bias. I gave him an 8 though. I mean, it was a good run, no doubt.
gave
Eric
him-
True,
Jones
he
12.
was one of the best Toyotas, my guy. One of the best.
I mean, yeah, I will say this. Overall, in terms of raw speed, Eric Jones definitely the fastest. He was up front on the most. I saw him in quite a bit. Overall, very, very, very respectable run.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty true.
Yep.
I give him 8.
I think
Nice 8.
Eric Jones has a shot at Atlanta this week.
Oh, he definitely does.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's quite good in super speedways and Atlanta especially. And now the number ninth place, big surprise, Noah Gregson.
Yeah, we've
Stuart
got
Haas
a
Racing number 10.
got a pair of
I
Stuart
gotta tell you
Haas guys
something
here.
funny.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you something funny about that.
Which that means.
So, if you ever
that'll
saw
make
the big
3
one,
teams.
Okay,
my
okay,
bad.
Hold
okay,
on, hey, hold on, Aviation. No, Tech, you were going. You're good.
Okay. If you ever saw the big one, Priest spun out a few cars early, and Noah Gregson just arca braked him. Like, I'm telling you, I am surprised that car finished by the way he hit Priest.
Gregson hit Priest.
Gregson hit Priest during the big one, but like he arca braked.
Chaotic smoke
He never hit him.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
I
Don't
mean,
surprise.
like if he's spinning very slow in front of you, hit the brakes. That's the dumbest thing. Besides, he did pretty good, especially compared to the Fords.
That's my favorite
One of the
university, Columbia.
I recall him actually leading some laps along with Todd Gilliland. No, it wasn't
Yeah.
Todd Gilliland. Was it Riley Herbst or was
Who
it
was Todd
someone
Gilliland?
else?
It was Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Todd.
Yeah, I call him
Gregson
leading
ended up
laps. He
leading 5
overall
laps.
surprisingly good finish. Good start. And
Yeah,
Aviation, you were saying something?
That makes 3 teams that had a pair of drivers finish back to back.
Oh yeah, that is.
That is kind
Yeah,
of that's
Hendrick
kind of
and
wild for a
Legacy
top
and
10.
Stuart Haas.
Yeah, but yeah. Speaking of his teammate, Chase Briscoe in 10th.
Also, and I'm going to interject here. So I think to just make these more conversational, I don't like the linearity of it. After we go top 10, let's just look at some like outliers or some like notable finishes and discuss those. Because going all the way down to 40, we'll be here till midnight.
Yeah, that would take a while.
Yeah, so
fair
we'll
enough.
finish up top 10 and then we'll just look at some notable finishes and just have a discussion. So go ahead.
I wanted to point out, I'm pretty sure someone else has noted, but I do like the fact there's like 3 pairs of 2 teammates in the top 10. Hendrick, Legacy, and Stuart Haas. I do like that.
Yeah.
I guess it does make
all
sense
three-
considering the
it's
fact
all
that
three
you're going to work with your
manufacturers.
teammates at these
Hendrick with
tracks.
Chevy,
Of your
Legacy with
views.
Toyota, and Stuart Haas with Ford.
Yeah,
All
all
three
3 manufacturers too. Yeah,
Yep.
that's kind of interesting. I think Briscoe had a pretty good run too.
It was a quiet run, but it was a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he did
pushed
mess
well.
up the bottom lane.
Top
That's
10.
something I will mention. He couldn't hold a line.
Well, the bottom was kind of garbage all day.
Yeah, it was
I
not
know.
the preferred line. I
Wasn't
can
the
tell you
ideal,
that.
but not.
All right. Now, as for notables, I'm going to go with Kyle Busch first. He had to go through hell, and he somehow kept going back to the front every
Yep.
single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Austin Hill.
Was a yo-yo.
I'm gonna go with Elliott because basically, well, he did win stage 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did
I
get
wanna
some
mention
good points.
someone, and I don't think someone's not gonna like this. I want to mention someone that's really interesting, Jimmy Johnson.
Oh boy, here we go.
I mean,
Here we go.
listen. I mean,
I mean,
he got caught up in the freaking lap 6 wreck.
Yeah,
Had
and
steering
oh, yeah,
issues.
next time you see a slow car coming up the track, you probably should go down.
Hold
But
on.
like,
Hold on, Tech? Let me just ask you. Did you watch his onboard?
yeah, I did,
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
got
How
back.
did you count? Did you count from the time you saw Nemechek's car coming up to the time Jimmy hit him? How many seconds that was? Did you count in real
Well, he
time?
hit Carson, not
Or Carson?
Nemechek.
Sorry, Carson. Did you count how many seconds that was?
Oh, but it's
Because
probably
I
more.
did. Because I did. It was a second
How
and a
many minutes?
half. It was a second and a half. You're not.
ain't no
You're
way
not.
you're
What was
stopping.
the
Yeah, you're
quote?
not
What was the
stopping. You're not stopping.
What's the Danica quote? What's the Danica quote? Gotta tell me more than just coming up the track.
I'm
So
gonna be
Like,
honest. I gave Jimmy a 4.
they gave him
A
a
little
3.
bit lower than I wanted to, but I gave him a lot of respect after seeing how off center his steering was. The
yeah,
entire
I gave him a 5. I mean, here's the thing. He had a really fast car. I mean, he really did. All
I
of the
mean,
legacy guys
qualifying in the
did. I
back,
mean,
it means you're fast.
You just
but
had rotten luck. Like
Yeah.
between the
Hey,
duels and the race, his luck was
it's
horrible.
leading on the last couple of laps. Thank God, Truex was there, or Jimmy would have missed this show, my guy.
because he got caught up in somebody else's mess. Yeah, I mean, he was running
He
second
was
in
running in
that.
the back because he was
He,
slow.
yeah, he was running second in that duel until that wreck happened. So come on now.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Johnson in his dual race showed that he definitely had talent and speed, but yeah, his luck was
And he
terrible.
can get outrun by a New Year racing.
Story of the.
I think it's.
duel.
I just want to point out that it is comical that a Ty Dillon fan is talking shit about Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
I thought you said no swearing.
We can.
I
It's
was
my
gonna- I
stream.
was
I
gonna-
can say what I want.
I was gonna make one quick note. I'm gonna hop off for a little dinner and all that, but David Reagan, I think, was the highest ranked in terms of who had to race their way in, wasn't he? Even though
Yeah,
he
he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yes?
Well, no, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Was he?
Gralla, it was Gralla.
Grawler got
Well,
knocked
no,
out.
wait.
Let's see. I know BJ McLeod got knocked out. Jimmy
Wait, no,
Johnson.
It was. Yeah,
finished
Reagan
No,
was. He
wait,
finished
I remember
20th.
now.
He
Yeah,
finished
remember
20th.
now.
Who was the other guy?
And
Anthony Costa.
Alfredo
Yeah.
was 27.
yeah, Anthony Alfredo
Taylor
was the fastest
23.
on qualifying time. David Reagan was
Right.
next.
And
Then
Kaz Gralla was
Johnson
38.
and Gralla made it in on during their dual races.
Right, but
Although,
it's
to
good
be
to see
com-
that David Reagan. I think David Reagan, he even though I think he's on part time. I think he might have a decent season this year. I mean, to get in the top 20
He's only doing
on
one
the
race.
OC
Yeah, I
Wasn't
think
he?
he's only doing the 500.
I'm pretty sure. I'm also gonna say
only
this:
been
Reagan
confirmed.
did not impress me. Yes, he finished top 20, but
No,
he
he
was
didn't.
terrible.
He did not.
Well, he was running. He was running up front there for a good bit with Logano, though.
Well, maybe for
Yeah,
a
But
I
bit,
who
remember
was
but
that.
running
He
up
was
front
like
more,
2 laps.
Keselowski, Buscher, or Reagan?
I mean,
to be honest,
Keselowski.
Keselowski was
mean,
up
Kes-
front
Keselowski,
more,
yes,
but
I
he was
guess.
also causing more wrecks.
Dude,
Caused one wreck.
Keselowski and Logano weaving through that traffic after that pit cycle was some exciting stuff to see, though. I thought that was awesome.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Although, yes, but I'm just gonna say for Reagan, I saw him at the back of the pack a ton, and during his dual race, he was nearly non-existent.
I think for the dual race, he was hanging back for to just stay in it. That
Well,
way
yeah,
he didn't get
because
caught up in
he
the
was.
thing.
Yeah, he was already in. He didn't have to race that dual race.
I suppose but still, even during the real race, he was not really there much.
True. He
All
was
right,
in the back.
next
Another.
notable driver, Brad Keselowski. I gave
Okay.
him a 2.
Yeah, that's kind of tough.
I mean, I think I give him better than that because he was up front, but yeah, he definitely did not make a
Leading
good
with-
at himself.
I gave him
He
a
was a
7.
little too
Well, I
aggressive
mean,
at a
He's the
couple of points,
worst super
especially lap
speedway
6.
pusher. But he was good, my guy. He was in contention. He made my fantasy league look happy after lap 6. I'm telling you that.
He also
Yeah.
took out my fantasy league on lap 6. So yeah,
He
he's
took out
gone.
Austin Dillon. At Austin Dillon.
Okay, another third driver I want to highlight, Justin Haley.
He
Where
was
fuel
actually
pressure.
pretty good.
I mean,
considering
Justin
he's an
Haley, I
upper
mean,
level
seriously, the
car.
guy was legitimately up front, and honestly, if he was able to keep his if the car hadn't just given out from under him, and because it's a Rick Ware machine, he might have been in contention for a good finish, top 10, top 5, hell, even the win.
Yeah, he
I got
was.
a
He had a good
question.
car. He definitely had a fast car, no doubt.
Well, one
I got
thing
a
I can say
question.
good car because it broke.
Justin Haley is a fast driver. Can Rick Ware handle a fast driver?
That's a
So far,
great.
the answer's
That's
been
a
no.
great question.
Yeah.
So far, the answer's been no.
I don't remember Rick Ware cars giving out like a live fast car every week, but
Oh, hey, Dice is here.
That's what I'm saying.
yep, I am back.
Oh, when did you get here,
Hi,
bro?
back. I'm
You
Dad.
missed
Just
about
now.
Chase Elliott. Probably should.
Nice one, Matt.
You see no one coming.
Uh,
Yeah. Another driver,
how's this?
Ross.
Kyle Larson actually finished a super speedway race.
He did.
Hooray.
I'll tell you this too. Here's a tough one. Here's a tough one. Michael McDowell. Gosh, that hurt.
Oh,
Yes, Michael.
Engine battery. I think it was a battery or failed gear.
No,
it's
he
a
dropped a.
battery or a
I thought he.
cylinder.
Yeah, he dropped a cylinder. Is what it was, and that's so
No, he never dropped the
painful.
cylinder. He never dropped the cylinder. They made sure of that.
I remember.
I heard
don't
post
know,
race that it was a
because
cylinder. So
something was weird.
I heard
Well,
electrical.
he said electrical problems, battery problems, and the gear won't go to fifth gear. That's the problem. But you never hear an engine pitch shift. You never hear the pitch shift.
I mean, I don't really know Michael McDowell, but the sort of is he had a fast car, but God, this
I want to
the
mention
reliability
Oh, sorry.
completely gave out.
yeah,
McDowell
that was so
didn't
tough.
use it all during qualifying.
True, that's true.
I mean, he ran a. He
wanna
was.
mention-
He had a fat. He was running up front there for a bit. He cycled back, and then the
yeah.
issues.
And then his car died.
Yep.
I want to
Okay.
mention
And
two
another
drivers
driver,
actually.
Ross has.
Yeah, I was gonna mention
Okay.
Ross actually. So that's
Okay.
fine.
All right, yeah, Ross.
Melanie.
I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but I also kind of don't.
He was going
Really?
for the win. Can you blame him?
And what did Ross do wrong? Like, I don't understand.
Ross didn't do anything
I mean,
wrong.
No, he didn't.
I'm not gonna say he did anything. He didn't do anything wrong per se, but it's but these kind
definitely
of
made-
aggressive moves. I mean, I love him for it, but
He definitely made the
You know,
issue
those kind of moves, like-
on the front stretch that was developing worse.
That was
Because
LaJoy's
before
fault, my
Ross
guy.
did that, Cindric and LaJoy were already really squarely on the bottom, and then Ross just made it 10 times
I'm
worse.
telling you, if Ross wasn't there, Cindric is heading to the wall, my guy.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard to say because we don't know what would have happened if Ross didn't go for it, and you know that's kind of what makes Ross exciting. He goes for those dangerous moves. Although in this particular case, I think it would have been better if he just waited and tried to make a pass on the back.
Did you hear his interview though? His interview after that?
I heard his interview,
yeah.
but to Elite's point, you can still make the pass for the Daytona 500
Well,
before 2.5 miles to go.
Well, like, look.
Yeah.
You're Ross Chastain coming to the white flag of the 500. You've never won a race this big in your life. This would be career changing forever. You don't take this move, you could get shuffled back like Chase Elliott and go to 20th and half a lap. That may be your
Here's
only
the thing I
chance.
say.
You did absolutely nothing wrong.
He didn't do anything
Give the
wrong.
chance,
I
give the
just
chance, my
I'm
guy.
not saying it's the wrong move.
there
I'm
was
just
I think there was a better move.
Yes, exactly.
But my question is, Ross had a disadvantage. He was in the outside lane. How easy can you go 3 wide? And I'm pretty sure it was 200 cars behind him. If I'm not sure, I might be incorrect, but
No,
I'm
but
pretty sure.
they were running. They weren't running up.
Wasn't he?
It was Byron in front of him, Bowen behind him.
Yeah,
Oh, what was
It was
Elliot?
the meat and the Hendrix sandwich, essentially.
Somewhere I don't know.
Elliott
I
was
thought
like.
Elliot was with Bowman.
He. I mean, no, he wasn't. He wasn't.
There's about the finishing
Way in the
position,
back.
not
He
even
was like
close.
20th. He was last car on the pack.
Yeah, he got shuffled. But yeah, point is, I think Ross didn't do anything wrong, but there was possibly better options. But again, you know, under the circumstances, I can understand. Doesn't really mean I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
All right,
And,
I
check,
gotta head
what was
out.
your other guy?
See ya.
Gilliland.
Oh yeah, Gilland.
My
Gilliland
boy.
wasn't half bad, but he wasn't
Half
really
bad. He wasn't
there.
bad at all.
Yeah, he
just
wasn't
didn't have-
really.
Yeah.
He just didn't have the speed that McDowell had, essentially.
You ever seen that 38 car lead laps since 2007, my guy?
I mean,
Back when it was
he-
Robert Yates Racing, not Front Row Motorsports, was the last time I seen 38 do good at a super speedway, my guy. I'm happy for this kid, and if this kid can get good runs like he did that last year with the 6 stretch race, I'm telling you, this kid going green. I'm giving this kid a 9. I know you're
Yeah,
right.
I mean, he did run a really good race. I'll give you that. He ran a really
That's
good
the
race.
best race for the 38.
I wouldn't say
Are you guys going
best,
through the
because he has
form
had
right
better,
now?
but still. Yep.
Uh,
And anything else? I'm just gonna give a quick mention to both JJ Yaley and BJ McLeod. They put up a hell of a fight.
But here's
Man,
the thing that makes me super sad and ruins it for me. The only way BJ McLeod was in the lead was because they were fuel saving my guy.
wait, what?
Yeah,
This is the duels.
We're talking about the duels.
they were
BJ,
fuel saving.
Oh man.
That's the only reason BJ was in the lead, and it sucks.
Oh come on, he had a plenty fast car.
yeah.
They were
I mean,
fuel
and-
saving. Bubba confirmed that. Danny confirmed that they were fuel saving on the duels. I'll tell if you, yeah, sure. If you got a fast car, you got a fast car. That's what what's that song one called? I don't know. Whatever it is. But I'm sorry, but if you're running full throttle and you're beating the guys that are going partial throttle, that makes sense.
He should have
They're
definitely been
just
in the
fuel
show over Gralla, in my opinion.
I agree with
Definitely,
that sentiment.
Yeah.
But as soon as they started hitting their horsepower, BJ couldn't catch up.
Well,
What are you
he'll admit he
talking
got
about?
shuffled out, and then he got
Yeah.
crashed.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I'm not really sure that's a fair comparison when he literally got crashed by a mistake not of his own making.
Okay, what did that damage? Because I saw the damage, it didn't look that bad.
Hold
Trust me,
on.
I've
It
seen
it
way
doesn't
worse
even
than
hold
that
on.
damage.
It doesn't have to be damage. It's track position at a super speedway. I mean, come on.
And also, not to mention the fact that you can't always
Sweet
see the
sugar.
damage. For example, the
1, 2,
undercarriage.
3. All the open cars were 1, 2, and 3, man.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
here's the
what track
thing. A
position
lot
is
of the
that? What
honestly,
track
when you have
position
no
is
one
1,
behind
2,
you,
and 3?
if you have no one behind you, then yeah, that's a problem because it's harder to build up a run when you have no one to push you.
Well, you got dragged in front of you.
Again, yes, but it's harder than if you've got someone behind you, which, was both the guys in front of him.
True, and guess what? They had more horsepower. That's true. Because they weren't fuel saving anymore.
Well, engine specifications would make it where they can't have more horsepower unless you mean like more speed in the car.
Well, yeah, true. And
I'm just saying.
additionally, as I said, BJ McLeod probably had undercarriage damage from the crash. He had flat tires. He definitely scraped his undercarriage badly, which you obviously can't see.
That's true. I will admit that.
Yeah.
And it's,
I'm kind of
either way-
curious. Where did everybody put this on the heat index? Where did you guys rank
Here,
this
let me
rate?
pull up the stats.
Oh yeah, Dice
I
is
don't
here
know.
now. He can pull it up.
I'm
Yes.
very
pretty
here.
sure.
What's the heat
Um,
index?
I
This is where we
gave
rate
I gave
the
it a
race.
7. I gave it a 7.
Yeah, I'm just finishing voting my.
Did you guys all fill out the
I
form
think-
before I go ahead and
I think it was a
check?
7 or an 8.
I filled
Oh,
mine
it's
out.
done. Give me a minute.
Alright, you all did
Alright,
fill
yeah.
out the form, right? If you haven't, make sure you submit it here.
It just
Oh yeah,
led.
Denny. I want to mention that Denny was the slowest. Well, besides Johnson, was the worst Toyota out there.
I wouldn't say the
I would
worst. I
have to
saw him
disagree
pretty
with
good
that.
up
I'll tell you
front,
why.
but he
I'll
I
tell you
think
why.
wasn't as
that
good as I thought.
I think that goes to Reddick. Reddick did not have a great car.
Well, that's the
One
different
is
thing.
blue.
I'll tell you
I
why.
think
Denny.
biggest
Denny.
difference
How
was
many
the
laps did
race.
Denny lead? 2.
Johnson was plenty fast before.
Yep.
Hamilton
Thank you,
had 10
Dice.
I
laps,
think
but
the
I would have
weakest
to
Toyota
say
besides
he
Mitchell,
did not
even though
have.
he had a good finish. He just got lucky.
I
I
say
honestly agree with
Okay.
that sentiment. I mean, Denny charged. I saw Denny. He was holding in the back, and then whenever he wanted to, he could just charge the front like a maniac,
Yeah.
which
no.
shows
That's
in
the
stage
problem.
points.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Fuel saving and charging like that kills
Bro.
Denny's mentality of super speedways. Denny goes straight forward, aggressive in the start, and blocks.
That is not.
That
No
don't work
way.
with
He
Denny.
always
It's
talks.
the
exact opposite.
It's the exact. No,
time.
that's.
He's always in
Need to go, and then
contention.
show
You're
This year he
crazy.
wasn't contention because he had the fuel save, my guy.
You're crazy. He does the exact
not
opposite at like every single
Crazy.
super
I
speedway
was
race.
crazy once.
At Talladega, maybe, but like at Daytona, especially in the
Yeah.
500.
Well, yeah,
I always
he
see him
knows how to win
contention.
this race.
He's won it 3
But-
times.
But when you got a fuel save, my guy, dang, Denny's
What
skills.
is your weird obsession with fuel saving?
It
That's my
ruins the
question.
racing.
I mean, I didn't think so. I thought it was a really good. I thought the
It was-
only part about that race that was bad was the finish, and it had nothing to do with fuel saving.
I mean, yeah, the fuel saving was a bit of a strategy call, but honestly, it wasn't
so-
terrible.
And it was something new too. I mean, it was a new type of fuel saving, in my opinion, and it was interesting to see.
I don't think it took away from the race or anything. I mean, it was literally stage 1. We wouldn't have had the world's greatest Daytona racing, anyways.
Yep.
I gotta tell you something. I love when they run side by side. I love that too. But when they're just standing there together, all thinking, let's just fuel save. Let's just save some fuel. Because, the only thing that matters is the pit stop, my guy. That's the only thing that matters now.
I don't even, it was
Not the race, not the track, just fuel save. If you just fuel save, you win. You win. And that's how Ricky won the last race. That's how Cindric almost won that's how Cindric won 2022. They fuel saving the
not
stage for
even
that.
no.
Not
I
even
disagree.
true. You know full well. Like, here's the thing: fuel saving only really happens in the stages. Once you get to the last stage, it's push, 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 push.
I know they do because they
We
fuel
saw
save
that.
during stage 3. They fuel save during stage 3.
I'm
Not
just
Not all the
not
time,
very
but
much.
they did.
Certainly not during the end.
Not at the end, no. Obviously, that's full throttle. But we need
Okay.
full throttle racing. We can't have fuel save. I'll discuss that more in chat.
They do it every time.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
Every
Tech.
single
That's different.
superspeed
That's
race
different.
I've ever
Fuel saving,
seen,
even in my opinion,
at least
it's
somebody has fuel
perfectly,
saved every
perfectly
single
fine.
time.
That's strategy racing. It's not everyone's cup of tea, and it might not be yours. Fair
I
enough.
love strategy racing,
But honestly,
especially
I'm
on
cool
road
with it.
courses. But when we do stuff like this,
You're just reminding me of this one clip I've seen where this guy will just go, "Where's my 8Y racing?"
where is my wide racing, bro? This is Daytona.
This ain't my
This
8Y
is
racing.
Daytona. This is
It's
my
not
race.
10-6 anymore. You're not getting 4
You
wide.
had plenty of wide
Exactly, because
Honestly,
this car
I think
sucks,
it was
this
fun.
package sucks, and the fuel saving sucks.
Dice, did you get those
Oh
stats?
come on, the package is fine.
What?
Did you get those
Package
stats
is
for the
fine,
form?
bro. No one can make a third
Oh
lane
yeah, I
unless
can
half
get
of the
that.
cars
I
are
just
on the
want to make
outside.
sure everyone had it done. Let me do the math. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right,
Probably
cool. We'll give you some
get
time
this
for that.
spreadsheet to calculate this for me.
Let's save this
yeah,
fuel.
right,
Let's save the fuel. Let's save the fuel saving discussion because we're gonna end stream as soon as Dice gives these stats. So, and then Tech,
You
you
want me to
can
go through every driver?
no. Good God, no. Heat index and the cumulative biggest winner loser surprise. We'll just do the big categories at the end.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This might take a minute.
All right. If we have some time, I want to just highlight the two Uspire rookies, Zane Smith and Carson Hocevar.
Yeah, that's a good. That's good. Oh, are you done?
So, any guesses as to what the average rating for the 2024 Daytona 500 would be? Any guesses?
I'd say a 7.
7.69.
I would say 8.
It is
7.662.
7.8.
There we go.
Exactly.
Not bad.
I was pretty dang close.
All right. What do we have for notable, the categories?
Biggest winner is William Byron by a lot. I'll go ahead and go through some
Were there any?
interesting picks.
Yeah, good.
All right, so if I don't see anyone other than Byron for this, but we do have 2 people picked Corey LaJoy, which I thought was interesting.
I
Another
mean,
person picked Ross Chastain, and somebody else picked Chase Elliott.
Okay, so it sounds like there was a Chase Elliott fanboy, and I would love to hear the Ross Chastain argument for biggest winner.
I put Byron for this.
I don't think
Byron for the biggest winner because Byron
Yeah,
was the
Byron
winner
is
of the
playoff
Daytona
first. They don't
500.
have one. You can't really argue anybody
I just
else.
submitted mine.
Well, you can, but not very well.
What about biggest loser?
I don't think I put Elliott. I doubt they put Elliott.
Dang, Columbia's talking trash about Kyle Busch not having any Daytona 500 wins.
Neither does Bubba Wallace. They don't have any room to talk.
Yeah, but anyways, what about biggest loser and some other stuff?
Let's see. We have. Hold on.
I just submitted mine.
I don't have it track the stats. Actually, I might be able to. Hold on. Let me pull up the actual form. Hold on. Sorry about this.
Who do we all think was the biggest loser? Who did you guys say?
Harrison Burton.
Burton and Hocevar.
Okay. So biggest loser is in, and this might surprise you, but the driver with the biggest loser votes with 5 out of 16 is Joey Logano.
Yep, that's who I said. I said Joey.
Whoa.
I can see that. And then we have
I mean, that makes sense. I
three
actually
white
had Joey,
guys.
but I
I
didn't
might have said Chastain. I'm
You
not
know,
sure.
now that you
So we
mention
have
it, yeah.
I don't know how we
three-
did this. I don't know how we got through this call without even mentioning Logano. Like, the dude dominated. Like, he was by far the class of the
He was
field, and
the
I don't
best
think it was
Mario.
close.
He led 45
Yeah, 'cause
laps.
he can
I
kill
wouldn't,
save.
I'm not
Thing
entirely sure
is,
about class of the field, but he
Penske
sure
led
as hell was
70
fast.
laps. Penske
Yeah,
That
because
was
he
alone
can
best
led
fuel
four.
save. It's
70
pretty good when
laps.
no one can pass you when you're fuel saving. That's pretty true.
Tech, bruh. We're
Alright,
done with
hold
fuel
on, guys.
It's like he
saving.
was
We
at
got
the
more
front
stats to
even
get to.
without the
Matt's
fuel
not to get this
saving.
call over with. So we have 3 drivers with 2 votes, each out of 16. Ross Chastain, Harrison Burton, and Carson Hocevar. And then
Fair
the
enough for
other
all of them.
drivers have 1 vote. We have 1 for Austin Dillon, 1 for Brad, 1 for McDowell, 1 for Bowman, and 1 for Daniel Suarez.
Bowman I don't
I did
understand, but the
McDowell.
other ones I can.
Nino
Biggest
had to
flop.
be the
Who's gonna pick
Suarez.
for biggest flop? This one was pretty close. The majority for biggest flop was only 3 out of 16. So it was
Denny
very
Hamlin.
split.
Well, there were a lot.
Any guesses? It is not Denny Hamlin. Nobody voted for
Michael
Denny Hamlin.
McDowell.
I think it was
Michael
Burns.
Also
McDowell.
wrong.
Oh, it could have been McDowell, too. McDowell makes sense.
It is
Dillon then.
Austin Dillon.
What?
Yeah, I picked Dylan. That makes more sense.
How
I
is
mean,
that a flop?
You're a super speedway god, and you wrecked on lap.
Here's the
Super
Well,
Speedway
here's the
God
thing.
is very generous.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Okay.
Flop
Alright,
is
we
not
have-
really.
We have
I
3
would have
drivers
put
with 2.
Logano.
We have 2 for Brad, 2 for Burton, 2 for McDowell. The other drivers with 1. Cindric, Barry, Herbst, Logano, Hocevar, Johnson, and Suarez.
I voted for Brad in that category.
I voted for
I
Dylan.
mean,
I don't
I
know
honestly
who voted for Barry.
I can honestly understand most of those, since Barry was actually up front for a bit, and he wasn't. But the other guys crashed.
Nemechek.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing: flop generally indicates that you either A, he did way worse than your expectation, or B, you were doing okay and then you weren't all of a sudden.
Cough,
Yeah,
cough,
so-
Michael
Although that might be a
McDowell.
loser.
Yeah, what's the next category?
Most impressive, and this one is actually a tie out of the 16 responses. There were 2 drivers with 3, and those would be, for most impressive, Chastain and Bush.
Really?
That makes sense, honestly.
I think I voted for Bush, especially where he
I
came
voted
back
for
like 3
Dylan.
Yeah,
times.
so
Two
mine said
drivers with
Chastain.
2 votes. Corey LaJoy and Nemechek. And the other drivers with 1, Kyle Larson, Noah Gragson, William Byron, Todd Gilliland, Alex Bowman, and Zane Smith.
Actually, I think I voted for Nemechek. Now that you say that, that sounds more familiar.
Nemechek.
I mean,
I think I voted for
honestly,
LaJoy,
yeah, that
actually.
makes sense. Even not me. Most impressive, there generally isn't guys who finished as well. Although I guess in the Nemechek case that would be true.
Yeah, I think
That's
that's
why I
why. I think that's why I
Biggest
picked him.
letdown, this driver accumulated a quarter of the votes. Any guesses? The biggest letdown.
Either Brad or Logano would have to be. I
I
would
picked
say.
Danny.
Both wrong. It is Jimmy Johnson. 4.
Okay, that makes sense.
How?
Mm,
I mean,
It
I just
makes so much
don't.
sense. Some would say it makes
I
dollars.
mean, you count back to the Daytona 500. You won that track twice, and you wrecked on lap 6. I'm just saying.
Again, bro, it wasn't his
This is the
fault.
first
Chill
race Jimmy
out.
Johnson
That
finished
was
since
that was
2020.
just a
Again,
speedway
yes, but
wreck.
here's the thing. Just because you didn't deserve to finish badly doesn't mean that it's a letdown that you finished badly. I mean, seriously, I think we
It
were
is
all
pretty
hoping
good
that Jimmy would do a
letdown
bit
because I
better
had
than
money
he
on him.
did. Well, that just sucks for you.
All right.
Anything else, Dice?
3 votes for McDowell, 2 votes for Burton and Busher. The other guys that got votes: Dylan, Elliott, Hamlin, Blaney, and Logano.
Not
And
bad.
the heat index, most people picked 8. 7 people picked 8. 4 people picked 9. 2 for 5 and 7, and 1 for 6.
That is me.
All right. Anything else, or are we done here?
I'd be interested to
that's
hear
all
the
for
five's opinion.
That
I
was
want to know
me.
the rat. You were the 5. Oh well,
Yeah,
it makes way too much. It
he's
makes
the
way too much
fuel
sense.
saving
It makes way
item.
too much sense.
Some would say it makes
Uh,
dollars.
If I could
Anyways,
say
anything else,
something,
Dice, or
if
Yeah,
I
go
could say
ahead.
something really quick.
Go ahead, gamer.
I was just say, out of all of the
he's muted.
No, he's not. I think you have him muted because I hear him.
Okay, I'll say, out of all
I
of
do not
Toyotas,
understand that.
Reddick did not lead a lap. Johnson did not lead a lap. Hamlin led 10. Gibbs led none. Truex led none. Jones and Nemechek led none. Bubba Wallace led 3. And Christopher Bell led 22. Toyotas did not lead hardly any laps. And then Penske, because they're the dominators of half the races anymore, led 70 laps between the 3 cars.
Yeah, I was disappointed with Toyota. I thought they'd be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean the duels would make you think that for sure, but
I think the main issue with the Toyotas is
I think
the
the main
one
issue is
strength
fuel saving.
numbers. Strength in numbers is one of the issues. Yeah, they had 9 cars, which is more than they have had in years, but that's still you're still outnumbered. But by Chevy's at I think 15 or something, and Ford's especially at something like 16 or something.
Yeah, you're right. It was 15.
I don't think that's the issue.
Yeah.
I think it's more the pit stops. I feel like
I think
Toyota's
it's more of a
never
fuel saving
gained
thing.
anything in the pit stops, whereas the Chevrolets would always beat everyone on the pit stops.
Well, yeah, but that's part of the thing. Also, Toyota pit strategy was honestly rubbish.
True. Even at the duels, they were bad.
Although part of that I think is part of just not having numbers. If you have more cars, then it's a lot easier to get a bigger pack together and get a lot of speed quicker. With fewer cars, that's obviously more difficult, which was made even worse by the fact that they constantly got broken apart.
yeah, that's true too. They couldn't stay together for nothing. What about Blaney absolutely getting pissed off at his teammates because they just left his ass?
That's funny. That's funny.
Understandable.
Dude, he was so mad. And then of course he didn't dump, but he left Cindric out to dry later, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I helping my teammates is what he said.
On in-car radio that he basically had just gotten tired of basically being the pinball in somebody else's wreck, and
That was at the
teammates
duels.
leaving him out to dry. So he's like, you know what? F all of you guys, screw you. I'm out for myself. Hamlin was the same way.
And
he
how did that
said,
go
if I
for
had a
him?
teammate, if I have a run and I have a teammate right in front of me, I'm ditching the teammate and I'm going with a run. I'm not going to bother with trying to push somebody else. I'm out for myself.
Man,
and Hamlin were the same way.
It looked like Logano. It looked like Logano and Keselowski were teammates again there for a little bit, and I love to see it. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, they were hauling balls all the way up through there. I swear
Until it
they
didn't
got
work.
from like 180. It looked like Logano and Keselowski had 200-mile-an-hour because they were just storming up on the outside.
Yeah, I think it became a trend actually when it was too wide. Sometimes they're just forming another lane at the top and everyone just rocket by. It was a big trend, and a lot of guys got to the front that way.
Oh yeah.
Reminded me of the tandem drafting days.
I do want to mention something. Cole Pern and Truex still have a rocky relationship.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Cole Pern? How did that happen? What?
My bad, not Cole Pern. I keep forgetting.
I was about to say.
Small, you mean?
Have you seen his tweet? Have y'all seen his tweet?
Whose
I
tweet?
don't look at Twitter for my own sanity.
Cole Pern tweeted again for the first time in years, and it's funny. But James Small.
What did he
was
say?
arguing with James Small. Aviation Go.
Fun fact, it's actually not called Twitter anymore.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, no one cares.
Nobody's gonna call it X. If you call it X, I don't know if I can trust you.
If you call it X, I'm thinking of something different.
I still call it Twitter.
Yeah, no one calls it X.
Yeah, we all do.
The only people who call it X are people who are literally job obligated to do so.
All right. Well, anybody else have any further questions for stream before I end this thing, and then we continue to talk offline?
The only thing I'm gonna say is I just.
Wait, we're on stream.
Yeah, we're on stream.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you think I'm explaining?
The only thing I'm gonna say for all of us who are in the fantasy league, edit your picks if you haven't done so already.
Oh, I wait until qualifying, even though it's a super speedway race and it doesn't matter.
That's lame.
That is not lame. What do you mean?
Yeah, it is.
It's being
Okay,
educated,
I don't
man.
know if I can say this.
I'm
Maybe,
a
but
I'm
most
a
of
I'm
them.
ahead of you in the standings. Maybe there's a reason.
Okay, that's because all my cars ranked on lap 6 in the big one.
I mean,
No,
I'm just gonna
no,
say this,
you're
Matt.
behind me because of fuel saving, bud.
Matt, I'm gonna be.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because of
Matt,
fuel saving
All right, go
I'm
ahead,
just gonna
Elite.
say
inherits your
this.
burn.
Go ahead, Elite.
For fantasy, it really does. Your picks don't really affect much until you get to Vegas at this point. Because let's be realistic, it's super speedway racing.
Yeah.
It's true.
And final
Impossible to
remarks.
Like, if you would have told me a month ago that William Byron would win with Bowman second, and that there would have been a lap 6 crash, I would have told you, "What are you on, and can I have some?"
Man,
I mean,
tell you,
to
are
be
you
honest, I
saving or
wouldn't
not?
say that because I
Likewise.
could see that Hendrick cars have always had speed, and they proved that again.
Well, Hendrick hadn't won a Daytona 500 for 10 years, so I wasn't confident.
Well, yeah, this is also a super speedway race. You could basically might as well just blindfold yourself and throw darts into the sky and
You know what? I
hope you
really
hit
should have done
someone.
I
this.
mean, who won the last 3 Daytona
I
500s
might
before
do this
Byron?
from now on. I might create an alt for fantasy and use Wheel of Names and spin my roster, and I probably would have beat myself at Daytona with that.
Well,
Dude,
don't you
all
already
my
have?
picks
You're in
missed.
there twice. The dice. Just use one of them.
Oh, dice picks.
Yeah, dice and dice picks. So, all right, guys. Say your
Anyways.
farewells, and I'm gonna end this stream. So,
Yep. See y'all, and I'm gonna book it.
Chastain's
The
oh,
plan.
21st, you finished
I'm
21st.
here, and I'm gonna talk about fuel saving and how it's ruining
Before
Daytona.
you,
all right,
before you leave,
y'all
I would like
go.
to say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Bobcat.
So I paid to be on Brayton Laster's car. I was very disappointed when he didn't qualify. Then I saw lap 4, and I'm just fine with that now.
Yeah, you know,
Who's
closing
lap
remarks.
4?
The
Who's
Arca
lap 4? I thought it was
race.
like lap 12.
No, the Arca race. My boy SVG even got caught up in that lap 4 crap.
Yeah.
But then he came back to
was lap
finish.
12.
He came back to finish 12th in the Xfinity race.
That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
thank
for him.
God for C.
and then what is he in the Xfinity standings right now?
I would assume
Still on
higher.
top, obviously.
All right.
Hold on, I got you.
I'm gonna end the stream now, guys. Everybody, just go to the general voice chat, and we'll all hang out over there.
I'm talking about fuel saving.
21st.
All right, y'all. Well, appreciate everybody for stop. How did the camera? What? Appreciate everybody for stopping out tonight. It was a fun night. Thanks to everybody who got into chat. Tony Meows. See you later. Stay in general VC if you're up for it. We'll continue the conversation. If you're not already in the Dogleg Garage Discord server, go to the About section of the channel and join us over there. We'd love to have you. We have over 225 members now, I think. And it's a party every single day. Especially with races this weekend. You do not want to miss the race reaction chat during the race. It's electric. We have so much fun. So join us over there. We'll be back with your regularly scheduled programming next week for a big one. We're going to be doing another sponsor battles. This time it's the Battle of the Beers. So it's going to be a good one. Busch versus Miller versus Coors. Go ahead, tune in, click the bell notification if you haven't already. But until next time, guys, I'm Matt, your host, and you've been watching the Daytona 500 Race Reaction stream. I'll see you next time.